Seth is the newest character in town and just released a few days ago in Rushdown Revolt. Seth is a masterpiece created utilizing a multitude of characteristics from both Ashani and Weishan to create a rather electrifying character. When I first started playing Seth, I honestly didn't know what I was doing due to there being no resources to learn the basics of Seth. So I had to pretty much figure everything on my own, so I decided to make a resource for you guys so that when you start playing Seth, you won't really be going in blind. Hey guys, my name is Jokeovik, and in today's video I'll be giving you a starter guide to help you start your journey on Seth. Now let's start by briefly going over his tilt attacks and his aerial attacks. His forward and down tilts are similar in the sense that it involves Seth throwing his spear forward to provide a little bit of range in order to initiate an attack. The difference between the two is that his forward tilt provides a little more range and knockback towards the opponent. However, it is a bit slower, so whiffing this move can be detrimental. His up tilt creates a path of bright lightning, which has a slim hitbox that is contained within the inside of the lightning. His jab is probably his quickest move in that it is just a singular punch that will do 6 damage every time. His jab is unique in the sense that Seth does not have a true jab combo unlike other heroes when you spam your attack button, making his jab the most straightforward jab in the game. His aerials are very straightforward for the most part, although I would like to talk about his neutral air and down tilt specifically. Starting with neutral air, it's definitely one of his fastest moves and I personally like to use it frequently. His neutral air performs 3 to 4 hits doing 2 damage each hit. Although that might not seem like much damage, the stun hit that it does to the enemy and its ability to chain it with other moves very easily makes up for it. Seth's down air is probably the most exciting in the sense that Seth will essentially cannonball his way to the ground from the air. It can also be charged, so you can stay in the air for a little bit in order to time your down airs. I do have a simple cheesy down tilt combo that I would like to show you guys later in the video, so keep watching the video and I will teach it to you. Moving on to his up air is actually rather interesting, because although it might look like it does a multi-hit similar to his nair, it actually doesn't. His up air actually has a slim hitbox that expands across the helicopter motion his staff performs during the up air. What's also interesting is that the hitbox is a bit more prominent right below of the staff that's being swung around rather than above during the animation. So what I like to usually do is to fast hold a bit when trying to hit my opponent with my up air. This way it makes it a lot easier to land. Now let's get into his special attacks, starting with his neutral special. It is probably one of his more beefiest moves if you will. However, the issue with this move is that it can be cancelled in the first few frames of his animation. So make sure your opponent isn't too close to you and make sure that you're confident on knowing where your opponent will land in order to land this move successfully. His side special is essentially a combination of Ashani's side special and Erda's dropkick. So when you click your special button while holding to the left or right, you'll perform a quick hit that stuns your opponent for a little bit, similar to how Ashani's side special works. But when you click your special button twice while holding left or right, it will perform a shooting dropkick. No, you must have your spacing correctly, because when you perform the dropkick part, too close to the enemy or too far, it will not hit. Up special is a simple move with a rather interesting hitbox. The hitbox stays throughout the entire lightning beam animation, so your opponent will be hit by any point of the lightning beam, whether it will be above or below you. Lastly is down special. Seth will charge forward in a diagonal direction. This move can also be charged to give you the ability to time the move alongside being able to go farther with the move while doing more damage along the way. When you're on the ground, your down special will shoot you in an upwards diagonal direction. However, when you do your down special while you're in the air, it will cause you to move in a downwards direction instead of an upwards diagonal direction. And then with this, you'll have the ability to bounce off the stage if you're low enough. Alright, now let's get into his EX moves and how to utilize his battery toolkit. And by the way, for those that don't know, EX is actually short for extra moveset, which are essentially powered up versions of his special moves. To gain charge on your batteries, you'll need to perform spark cancels. In my case, I'm just spark canceling up tilt by pressing my rush button after every up tilt. Once you've built up enough charge to fill up at least one whole battery, now you'll be able to use his EX moves. Now to perform an EX move, simply press your special button quickly followed by either your grab button or your attack button. You can also use the same concept with all types of special moves, such as with a side special to stun your opponents on the ground, his second side special to do a flaming fast drop kick, his up special to allow him to hit slightly faster and do more damage, and his down special to essentially make his down special a lot faster and more impactful. Also, just a note, when you use this EX side special 1, and if you're in the air, it will send a little purple slither of lightning downwards, stunning any opponent that's in the way. If that slither of lightning ends up landing on the stage, it will spread across the entire stage, so anyone on top of the stage at that present moment will be stunned. Now that you know what all of Seth's moves do, let's get into some basic combos that you can do to get yourself in the rhythm of chaining all of his moves together. Just know these combos are DI dependent and are only for the purpose of getting you started, and will not always work in every single situation. Alright, that is going to be it for the guide. I hope you guys did enjoy what you saw. If you did, be sure to smash the like button, as that helps out a lot. Also, I do have plans to make more guides and content in the future, so be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. Hope you guys have an awesome day and stay fresh.